Welcome to episode 81 of your CySA Plus Prepcast. In this session, we will take a deep dive into cryptographic failures, an important class of vulnerabilities that result from the misuse and misconfiguration or mismanagement of cryptographic techniques. Cryptographic systems are designed to ensure confidentiality, integrity, authentication, and non-repudiation. However, when these systems are implemented incorrectly or rely on insecure practices, the very protections they are meant to enforce can be undermined. As a cybersecurity analyst, understanding how these failures arise, how to detect them, and how to remediate them is essential for maintaining a secure environment and is directly tested on the CySA Plus exam. Let's begin by defining cryptographic failures clearly. These vulnerabilities occur when encryption, hashing, digital signatures, or key management processes are not implemented according to secure design standards. Even when the right algorithm is chosen, incorrect deployment or misconfigured settings can leave systems open to attack. A single mistake in protocol implementation, certificate validation, or random number generation can render an entire cryptographic system ineffective. As such, cryptographic failures often stem from subtle and technical errors that must be carefully analyzed and understood. The consequences of cryptographic failures can be severe. When encryption is misapplied or configured improperly, attackers may gain unauthorized access to protected data. Credentials may be exposed, encrypted files may be decrypted, or digital signatures may be forged. These failures can lead to data breaches, regulatory violations, financial losses, and the compromise of mission-critical systems. Because cryptographic operations are used in so many areas, including authentication, secure communication, and data protection, failures can ripple across multiple layers of the environment. One common source of cryptographic failure is the use of outdated or weak cryptographic algorithms. Algorithms such as MD5, SHA-1, and DES are considered broken due to their susceptibility to collision or brute force attacks. Analysts must regularly audit environments for these deprecated algorithms and replace them with secure alternatives. Attackers can exploit these weaknesses to decrypt sensitive data, spoof identities, or forge integrity checks. As computing power continues to advance, once acceptable algorithms may no longer provide sufficient protection. Cryptographic configuration is another frequent point of failure. Systems may be set up with default cipher suites, weak key lengths, or insecure protocol versions. Analysts often discover that older systems still support CLS1 or 1.1, which are vulnerable to downgrade attacks and known exploits. Insecure cipher modes such as ECB may be used inadvertently, leaking structural information about the plaintext. Secure configuration requires explicitly defining cipher suites, enforcing minimum protocol versions, and validating that cryptographic libraries are properly updated and patched. Key management practices also play a central role in the success or failure of cryptographic protections. If keys are hard-coded into applications, stored in plaintext, or shared through insecure channels, attackers can easily obtain them. Keys must be generated using strong random number generators, stored securely using hardware security modules or encrypted vaults, and rotated periodically to minimize exposure. Analysts assess how keys are created, distributed, stored, and destroyed to ensure that all phases of the key lifecycle meet security standards. Improper certificate validation is another significant issue. If applications fail to validate digital certificates properly, attackers can execute man-in-the-middle attacks, intercepting and altering communications that appear secure. This may occur if certificate chains are not checked, expiration dates are ignored, or a host name verification is skipped. Analysts test SSL and TLS implementations to confirm that certificate validation is performed rigorously and that weak or self-signed certificates are not accepted without justification. Insecure random number generation is a subtler but equally damaging form of cryptographic failure. Random values are used in key generation, nonce creation, and session tokens. If random numbers are predictable or generated using low entropy sources, Attackers can reconstruct cryptographic materials and defeat protections. Analysts verify that secure cryptographic libraries are used and that entropy sources are sufficient for the environment in question, especially in embedded systems or virtual machines, where entropy may be limited. These types of cryptographic failures often lead to non-compliance with regulatory requirements. Frameworks such as PCI DSS, HIPAA, and GDPR require strong encryption for sensitive data, secure key management practices, and rigorous cryptographic standards. Failure to meet these requirements can result in audits, fines, legal penalties, or even loss of customer trust. Analysts play a key role in ensuring that cryptographic implementations support compliance and align with organizational obligations under these frameworks. Detection of cryptographic weaknesses often involves a combination of automated tools and manual audits. Analysts use scanners that test for deprecated protocols, weak ciphers, and improper configurations. Manual code review and configuration audits are used to identify improper algorithm usage or undocumented key handling practices. In many cases, cryptographic issues are not identified until a penetration test reveals the consequences of a poor design choice. As such, routine cryptographic health checks should be part of the organization's broader security assessment strategy. Strong documentation supports transparency and helps maintain secure cryptographic systems over time. Analysts document which algorithms are in use, where encryption is applied, how keys are managed, and which systems depend on cryptographic operations. This documentation is vital for ensuring consistency, supporting audits, and responding quickly to new threats or regulatory changes. Without clear records, cryptographic errors are more likely to go undetected or be reintroduced during system updates or migrations. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are more security courses on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Effective mitigation of cryptographic failures involves implementing robust cryptographic standards and following industry-recognized best practices. Analysts consistently recommend using secure, well-tested algorithms, such as Advanced Encryption Standard for encryption, SHA-256 or SHA-3 for hashing, and either RSA or elliptic curve cryptography for digital signatures and key exchange. The selection of these algorithms must be paired with appropriately strong key lengths to maintain security across diverse environments. Analysts verify that these standards are enforced across the organization's applications, communications, and data storage systems. Secure configuration of cryptographic protocols is a foundational requirement. Analysts configure systems to disable insecure protocols such as SSL and earlier versions of TLS. Strong cipher suites are selected explicitly rather than relying on default settings that may include insecure options. Certificate validation is configured to enforce full-chain validation, host-tail matching, and expiration checks. Analysts ensure that both client and server systems are aligned with these settings to avoid inconsistent behaviors or vulnerabilities created by misconfigured endpoints. Key management is another cornerstone of cryptographic security. Analysts implement centralized key management systems that support the secure generation, distribution, and storage of cryptographic keys. Hardware security modules and secure key vaults provide physical and logical protection for sensitive cryptographic material. Analysts enforce policies that include periodic key rotation, immediate revocation upon compromise, and secure disposal at the end of the key's lifecycle. Access to key management systems is restricted based on the principle of least privilege and is regularly audited. Auditing and testing of cryptographic implementations is essential for identifying weak configurations and maintaining compliance. Analysts conduct regular cryptographic audits that evaluate algorithm usage, key management practices, certificate chains, and entropy sources. These audits may be part of a broader compliance initiative or performed as an internal risk management activity. Penetration testers evaluate whether cryptographic protections can be bypassed or exploited, and whether sensitive data remains protected during various attack scenarios. Automated tools are widely used in the detection and validation of cryptographic configurations. Analysts utilize scanners such as SSL Labs, Qualys, and Nessus to identify deprecated cipher suites, missing certificate chains, weak key sizes, and protocol downgrade vulnerabilities. These tools provide actionable insights that can be prioritized and tracked through remediation. Analysts combine these findings with manual verification and business context to determine which issues pose the most critical risks and require immediate action. Staying current with industry developments is necessary to avoid falling behind evolving threats. Analysts monitor cryptographic research, vendor advisories, and announcements from standards bodies such as NIST. These sources often highlight vulnerabilities in widely used libraries, recommend algorithm deprecation, or publish updated guidance on secure cryptographic use. Analysts ensure that systems are updated promptly in response to these findings, especially when they relate to widely used components such as OpenSSL, Bouncy Castle, or Windows cryptographic services. Thorough documentation supports long-term cryptographic resilience. Analysts maintain records of algorithm usage, system-specific configurations, key management workflows, audit results, and known issues or exceptions. These records ensure that changes are tracked, that newly onboarded analysts can quickly understand the cryptographic landscape, and that audits are well supported. When cryptographic systems must be upgraded or migrated, documentation serves as the roadmap for secure and efficient transitions. Collaboration across departments enhances the effectiveness of cryptographic protections. Analysts work with developers to integrate cryptographic libraries securely and review implementation logic to ensure proper use. System administrators configure cryptographic settings on servers and appliances. Legal and compliance teams help interpret regulatory requirements, while leadership allocates resources to support encryption investments. Regular communication ensures that cryptographic strategies remain aligned with business needs and security objectives. Analysts also undergo regular training to maintain proficiency in cryptographic practices. This training includes hands-on labs with encryption and decryption tools, exploration of certificate authorities and digital signature workflows, and study of secure API encryption methods. Analysts learn to interpret standards such as -FPS 143 and NSTS SP 857, which provide detailed guidance on cryptographic control. Continuous learning ensures that analysts remain equipped to defend against both traditional and emerging cryptographic threats. Continuous improvement of cryptographic protections is essential to long-term cybersecurity success. Analysts incorporate lessons learned from incident response, audit results, and penetration testing into their practices. They refine their policies, improve detection tools, and revise key rotation schedules. They also test how systems respond when cryptographic components fail or are misused, ensuring that appropriate fail-safes are in place. This proactive approach ensures that cryptographic protections remain strong even as technologies and threat actors evolve. To summarize Episode 81, cryptographic failures represent some of the most dangerous and complex vulnerabilities facing modern organizations. Improper algorithm selection, insecure configurations, mismanaged keys, and weak certificate validation can undermine even the most advanced security strategies. By mastering cryptographic standards, implementing secure key management, leveraging automated testing tools, and maintaining a continuous improvement mindset, cybersecurity analysts can protect critical data, ensure regulatory compliance, and strengthen their organization's overall security posture. These skills are foundational to success on the CySA Plus exam and indispensable in the field of cybersecurity. Stay tuned as we continue your detailed journey towards CySA Plus certification success. Thanks for listening. To learn more about cybersecurity, please visit baremetalcyber.com. There you will find best-selling books, videos, and even more free cybersecurity training courses. Please subscribe to the Prepcast and our various podcasts. And thanks for listening.